without further delay, let's bring out my first guest of this Wednesday, a 3-time Pro Bowler, this is weird to say still, even though you're in, a Green Bay Packer, Josh Jacobs!
So with it.
Come here! How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
I feel like we do this every year.
Yeah, for real.
I feel like we do this every year. Sometimes you have a rushing trophy, sometimes you got a beautiful sponsorship, sometimes you're doing great work. How are you? How are you feeling in the Super Bowl?
Can't complain.
Well, it's great to see you. Thank you for joining us here on Up and Adams. You had a very successful Pro Bowl weekend.
Yeah.
I loved seeing it. Your NFC squad, of course, won the flag football contest, but you somehow killed it in this trivia challenge. Here's the controversy.
Yeah.
Was Jared Goff feeding you answers? Don't lie to
I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so the last one, I did not know his last name. So
what do you mean? Oh, I didn't. Go ahead.
Frank, I didn't know his last name.
So
he kind of like.
He gave you a little something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your best part of that experience?
Just being around a group of elite guys, to be able to talk about bragging rights when we played each other or things like that. I think that was the biggest thing.
Okay, I love that. We have so much to get into. I did want to ask you a little trivia since you were so good at it and Jared Goff's not here. How many pounds does the Lombardi Trophy weigh?
I'm gonna say 60.
60?
Yeah.
It's 7.
Is
you
it?
think it weighs 60 pounds?
I have no idea. I never felt one.
I know. I need to be that Lombardi, of course.
Look.
Listen, you've been doing your thing. I want to show you what we cooked up a little full screen here and where you are in terms of running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Since 2019, Josh, you've compiled the second most rushing yards and touchdowns. That is amazing company. Those are the top running backs in the year. You're saying, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's cool. I think it won't really hit me until like I'm done playing whatever I finish with. But really, my only goal is to win, man. That's the biggest thing. I feel like you get looked at and talked to a little different when you got one of them rings on your finger and when you got one under your belt. So that's the biggest thing for me.
Did you feel like this was the year? Was it taken from you? How did you feel? I know it wasn't. Personally, you had a great year.
Yeah.
It's not what you guys wanted as a team, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, we have the youngest team in the NFL. I think that we still going through some growing pains right now, trying to figure it out, how to be, do things right on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like, the little things killed us a lot in the games that we did lose. So once we put it all together, I think we'll be all right.
Do you think you need to add a piece? Like, I'm thinking you're a young
we need like
team.
3.
I don't know if you know this, Josh.
Yeah.
You're that I'm like the front office. You know that, right? I brought you Xavier McKinney. I have Devante Adams on my show every week, as you know, your former teammate.
Yeah.
Would you welcome a return of Devante Adams to Green Bay?
Most definitely. I think he's an amazing receiver, amazing person. Obviously, I would want to see what it would cost us. But I do think that, we have a spot for him. For sure.
You have a spot. What would he bring to that offense, to the team, knowing the kind of man he is?
He's a great leader. He practices hard. He does things that I'll tell people. I remember one year I may have only seen him drop 2 passes at practice the whole year. Like, he's one of them guys that he's going to put the work in. He's going to lead the younger guys the right way. He's going to give you nuggets that you can't really coach. And the way that he sees the game is just different.
Last time I talked to you, I don't even think I actually got to talk to you. I was interviewing Keyshawn Nixon in Green Bay. You popped in, you were just there, and everyone was like, oh! I want to know.
Yeah.
What was your I'm a Packer moment? When did you feel like, you know what? I'm a Green Bay Packer?
I would say my first Lambeau leap. I was like, okay.
I wish we had footage. Talk me through it. What was it like?
Well, the whole camp, the whole summer, all I seen was footage of guys that failed at the Lambeau leap. So my biggest thing coming in was like, all right, I got to make this jump. It's a lot taller than what people think it is. But I was like, that's the whole thing. So once I floated up there and I knew I was going to make it, I was like, okay, oh yeah, we good.
You did it. They held you up. They gave you your love.
They were spilling beer on me.
Yeah. It's an amazing fan base. Even from that moment that I saw you with Keyshawn, you hadn't even hit an OTA yet. I don't think there was nothing was there. What sort of like what you thought Jordan Love was like and what he's really like? Then and
Man, the thing that stood out the most is the way the ball come out his arm. Like, he be spinning the ball. And I think that was the biggest thing, like watching film on him, before coming. But then actually getting into practice with him, I'm like, oh yeah, this dude got it. He definitely got it. I think it's about just putting it together on a consistent basis for him. But when he figure it out, man, he's gonna be special.
I can't wait. I see that smile. I think Devante's always talking about how he has poise. Big story this week is, big story this year and this playoffs is running backs, right? I don't want to ask you about Saquon, but I thought it was really interesting that Saquon was asked something about the Giants. He right away, I don't know if you saw that, he right away tweeted like, you guys are doing this story too much.
Yeah.
I'm an Eagle. As somebody who was a Raider, and that's maybe the most passionate fan base in the NFL, when you look back at that time now, what is your relationship with the Raiders fan base and the team?
I don't got no hate. I don't got no hate towards them. Obviously, like I was one of them guys that I wanted to play my whole career in one place. I feel like I put up with a lot there, went through a lot there, and at the end of the day, it didn't work out. And it is what it is. Happy for them, what they doing. Rooting for them, just not when I play against them. And it is what it is.
Okay, so we're adding Devante. Green Bay fans, we're trying to make it happen. Josh said he wants my favorite thing. You want to see the money first. You got to see what the Josh needs to see what the money is. Now, while you're here, Super Bowl week, having a great time, and thanks for stopping by. I want to talk about that pullover that you're wearing because you're here on behalf of USAA.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that?
So I'm here with USAA and the Marine Corps, basically to give away Super Bowl tickets to a guy named Kevin Bennett that served in the Marines for 34 years now. He's been tours all over the world, and he's also a Packers fan, so it makes it a lot.
Okay, there he is, right here.
Yeah, man, but he's a guy that's a true hero in this world. To be able to give back to him is special to me because it allows us to do whatever we want. All these rights and all these things that we take as luxury or whatever that we have here is for the sacrifice for the men and women that they put in overseas. So it's an honor to be able to give that to him.
And does he know yet?
He knows, but I'm gonna meet him tomorrow.
You are?
So I want to sit down with him and his wife. The first question I want to ask him is, he's been married 33 years.
Okay.
I want to see what that's like.
What do you mean?
I just think that you got to be a different type of person.
All the things you could ask a guy who served for over 10 years, you want to ask him marriage advice?
You never want to ask them what's going on over there.
Okay.
Things like that. So I want to keep it light.
What's your best relationship advice?
Best relationship advice. It would be make it make sense. Everything got to make sense. Whether it's for you or your partner, just make it make sense.
Josh, I didn't think we'd go down this road. I love this. I love this for you. It's always great to see you. Great.
Yeah.
I know Coach Payton's back there. Last time he was trying to recruit you. Now you're definitely an enemy in the other conference for him. We're going to take a short break here. We're going to bring in Mark Ingram. I think that's it. Finish the sentence for me as we go to break. The Packers and Josh Jacobs will lift a 7-pound Lombardi trophy if
we get 2 more pieces, I feel like.
We get 2 more pieces! I love this. We'll be back. Mark Ingram is here. Cam Jordan is here. Burt Kreischer, Rome Odunze, Sean Payton, DJ Moore, Puka Nakua, all on the F and Adam Show.